So just last week, I talked about how Apple consistently makes improvements to the Apple Wallet app with the ultimate goal of it replacing physical wallets for most people, and I still think the Apple Wallet application is one of the most undervalued and underrated applications in the whole Apple ecosystem. But we recently got some news that iOS 27 is adding even more features to the Apple Wallet, which is really going to help replace physical wallets moving forward for a lot of people, especially myself, and I have one specific story that I gotta tell you guys about. But without further ado, let's talk all things Apple Wallet and what iOS 27 is gonna bring with it. So just to contextualize a little bit, I want to run down the list of everything and every capability that the Apple Wallet has, or at least all the more important ones that are really helping people replace their physical wallet. So of course you have Apple Pay. You can't go anywhere anymore without seeing the Apple Pay logo. Most people are using Apple Pay transactions, and you can see that now 90% of merchants here in the US now have adopted Apple Pay and use it as their main form of payment. Then of course now you have the update to the new car keys. I talked about that in my last video, how having the car key or the digital key in your Apple Wallet has made it immensely beneficial for people that use a car that use proximity sensors in order to unlock and lock the car and things like that. So the digital car key has been amazing in the digital wallet, and it's been perfect ever since its implementation. You also have things like hotel keys, your home keys, which is something that I use. Digital IDs are coming more and more throughout the US. I believe we're up to 15 states now with even more. Even passports can be put into your Apple Wallet. And then of course you have event tickets and order tracking as well that's built into the Apple Wallet. And I haven't even touched on the Apple Card, the high yield savings account, and everything that comes with that because that's more US based. But there's one main issue with the Apple Wallet, and it's not really an Apple Wallet issue, it's more an issue of adoption overall, because unless a brand or company or service adopts the Apple Wallet and gives you that functionality to use the Apple Wallet alongside that application, that brand, or that company, you can't really use them. Like, it has to be a foregone conclusion that the company or brand is now allowing the digital wallet to be a function or an input method to interact with that brand. For example, with the car keys method, that was something that wasn't available as of November of last year for the car that I'm driving, which is Rivian, and now adding the digital wallet or the digital key into the digital wallet. How many times have I said the word digital in this video? Comment that down below and I'll pin it for the most accurate answer. But again, it just made the experience of having that car with the digital key that much better. So again, the wallet will only work if a company supports it. And I have countless kind of examples. For example, my LA Fitness gym, they still use their QR code in their proprietary app that I have to pull out every single time when I scan in to check in. Also with Costco, which is another one, which we'll touch on in a second. But Apple's going to fix this with one simple thing with iOS 27. iOS 27 is going to allow you to create a pass inside of your wallet application. It's going to be very simple, the same way that you add a credit card or add any other event ticket. You just press a little plus sign, and it's going to allow you to digitize a physical key. Now, some examples that come off the top of my head, I don't know if you remember grocery stores. They do this less and less nowadays because of applications. But grocery stores used to have those keychain barcodes for loyalty programs. You would scan at checkout to get, some money off or accumulate points or whatever. But imagine being able to take that barcode, scanning that code or scanning your QR code that's on side of that card, and then creating a digital pass inside of your Apple Wallet that then can be used in lieu of something like a physical pass. But I have one example that I wanted to share because this is going to fix this annoyance and this friction that comes with shopping at Costco, which is a wholesale retailer here in the US. And then there's other ones, again, like Sam's Club and BJ's and things like that. But at Costco, they are very, very strict about people showing their pass in order to walk into Costco and shop there. You have to show it when you walk in there. You have to show it when you check out. If not, you will not be allowed to shop there and you will not be allowed to check out because, again, they want people to pay their membership in order to get these large wholesale discounted prices. So it makes total sense. But for somebody like myself who doesn't use a physical wallet, they do have an application and you can sign into that application. You get a QR code, you scan that QR code when you walk in, and then you'll be good to go. But as somebody who tests a lot of phones and tests a lot of different tech, I like to move my Costco application from device to device, and you're only allowed to switch from device to device, I believe, either one or twice a year. So the second you run out of those options, you have to go to customer service, have them reset everything. It turns into a 15-20 minute ordeal, and it's an experience that's full of friction. So being able to just create a pass for my Costco ID so I never have to deal with that situation again is going to be absolutely amazing. Being able to create a pass in the wallet application, turning a physical pass into a digital one into the Apple Wallet app without losing any functionality of the physical pass is going to be amazing, and Apple's basically going to create a universal kind of stopgap until companies and brands slowly begin to adopt it that much more. And of course, when Apple does something, they're not just going to slap on a solution, they're going to make it native, they're going to make it a little bit more customizable. So for example, they're going to be giving us templates in terms of how these kind of look like in the wallet application. So maybe a standard ticket can just look orange, which is going to be for general use. Then you have your memberships, like your Costco's of the world, your gym memberships, that's going to be a different color codex. And then of course for events, it'll be purple, or for movies and concert tickets. So there's going to be some sort of universality and some color coding to this new Creative Pass, which will be nice when you are looking at it and you need a visual cue. And this is going to be huge because it removes the reliance on third parties and removes the reliance on companies being the ones that need to adopt this, and puts it all back on Apple's shoulders and just lets the consumer do what they want. If they want to use a physical pass, they can use that. If they want to use the application for that branded check-in, they can do that as well. Or if you want to add it to your Apple Wallet, you can do that, which is going to be amazing. But that is what Creative Pass is, and that's going to be introduced with iOS 27. I'm very excited to try it out. And I am somebody who never uses their physical wallet anymore. The only thing that I still have with me, of course, is my driver's license because I need it here in New Jersey. We haven't adopted a digital ID quite yet, but everything else, my payment cards, like everything is in my Apple Wallet. And I recommend watching my last video to see exactly what that's about. But that'll do for this video, everybody. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Just want to give you guys a quick PSA on exactly what Apple's doing with this Creative Pass. If you made it to the end, leave a dolphin and comment down below how many times I said digital, and I'll pin the comment that has the closest number to digital. Trust me, I know how many times I said it. But if you want to watch more videos like this, check out one of these right here. And until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace, everybody.